It's not as embarrassing as My Pillow Guy on
Well.
Newsmax. Oh, can we watch? Come on. Okay.
Well, first mine was taken down because we have all the election fraud with these Dominion machines. We have 100% proof. And then when they took it down about 3 weeks ago, and then when I put it back up, my personal, it was a
Mike, thank you very much. Mike, you're talking about machines that we at Newsmax have not been able to verify any of those kinds of allegations.
Okay, wait, keep going. Just keep going.
We just want to let people know that there's nothing substantive that we've seen. And let me read you something there. While there were some clear evidence of some cases of vote fraud and election irregularities, the election results in every state were certified, and Newsmax accepts the results as legal and final. The courts have also supported that view.
And finally, okay.
Because you know what? They did this because I'm revealing all the evidence on Friday of all the election fraud with these machines. So I'm sorry.
Okay, Mike, can I ask our producers, can we get out of here, please?
Did they have an actual cane? Like, did an actual cane come and like this, and you heard slide whistle,
Yeah.
and then that was okay. Prize winner Lori Garrett coming up bottom of the hour, just in time, right, for the new Johnson & Johnson vaccine that hopefully will get approved.
And we'll get it in arms in March.
Perhaps.
We'll take it when we can get it.
I'm getting all vaccine finicky now, though. I'm like, I want the Pfizer and the Moderna because it's more effective.
You'll take what you get and you'll like it.
I know, that's what the scientists say.
Yes.
Just STFU. Take what you get. It all offers, and plus this is only one shot, right?
Yep.
Which is all we need.
Well, and
because we've all had COVID.
Right,
so.
and it's 72% effective.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, but
look at me. I have no access to any vaccine, and I'm like,
I want the Dolly Parton one.
Is that which one's I want the Dolly Parton one.
I think that's Moderna one.
That's the Moderna.
I want hard candy Christmas.
I want the I Will Always Love You vaccine.
And a pony. Do I get a pony and a sucker with my vaccine?
You don't get a pony, but you get a Johnson & Johnson vaccine, which is easier to transport because it only needs regular refrigerator temperature.
That's not my problem. I don't care how they get it to my arm.
We get to go to Dollywood if we get the Moderna virus or vaccine?
No, it does not come with a free ticket to Dollywood.
I go to Dollywood.
Well, it should.
No, I want Dolly Parton and Lily Tomlin and Jane Fonda on the same happy hour.
Speaking of that, did you see the rumors that Dolly Parton is going to join them in the final season of Grace and Frankie?
Oh, hang on a second. I just choked.
Don't tease me. Don't tease me like that.
Since Roseanne Arquette said she's on this season's L Word,
I know.
Okay.
Yes, they're still in talks and figuring out Dolly's schedule and all of that, but they may have a role for her.
Oh my God.
It may just be a cameo kind of thing.
Okay, we know Jane Wagner is listening every morning with headphones because Lily's still sleeping because she's a diva. All right, so Jane, just pick up your headphone. Can you just lean over? Can you ask Lily if I can get a cameo?
Oh
in the last
God.
season of
Oh.
Maybe I'm on the radio. Maybe the radio's on in the beach house. Okay.
You've been in cameos.
You know what's funny?
As radio chick before.
You know what's funny is she's probably doing that because every time I mention Lily, then she calls.
She takes
Jane
you.
says that you mentioned me. What do you need? Oh, you need me to call Joanne Worley? All right, hang on. Boring. See?
Well, so you can get into SAG.
I have so few dreams left, Chris, and these little ones sometimes come true. Like I say something on here, and then later in the day it happens.
You've been radio chick before, so you could be radio chick in Grace and Frankie.
There you go. I generally play myself.
Yes.
That's my range. My range is from A to B.
This role could make you SAG eligible, Stephanie, and there is an opening apparently in SAG.
Yes.
Oh my God. That was my favorite thing yesterday. All the things that happened yesterday, all the good things. Democrats taking a stand against white supremacy, against okay. And I have a guest quote for you, Chris.
All right.
I made it clear to President Putin in a manner very different from my predecessor that the days of the United States rolling over in the face of Russia's aggressive actions are over. Who said that?
The Great Gazoo.
No, that was a horrible guess. President Joe Biden of the United States of America, who is an American president.
I hear he's
We have an American president.
Yes.
Joe Biden.
I hear he's important.
God, right? I don't care what you say, Chris. It's a whole new day song playing in my head over and over. It's a new day.
I control the music. That song is not coming on.
Wow.
You want me to sing it for you? Because I sing beautifully.
Somebody's totally controlling this morning.
It's a new day.
Look,
It's a new day.
I changed my whole camera setup by myself. Look what Baby did, so that people can't see my nostril hairs now.
Well, trim those first.
There are other options.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but I seriously, of everything that happened yesterday, this had to be my friend. I could not believe that this was real. But first of all, he's made like a sort of homemade presidential seal, which I think Brian Williams said looked like a seagull just picked up some stuff. And and he will not admit he's the former president. He's just right. His lawyers had to say office, the 45th president. Like he still okay. And so does QAnon, by the way, thinks he's still president.
Right.
Yeah, and is holding executions on the south lawn of the White House.
I don't get that one.
This is where we are now. But right, so he has a homemade. And he spent so Jimmy Carter's been building houses for the homeless for years. The Clinton Foundation has saved lives all over the world. Gotten AIDS medicine. Okay. So he wrote a letter to the Screen Actors Guild. And you can't fire me, I quit, because the Screen Actors Guild. Okay, I just need, I don't know, some festive comedy music for this. I just still can't believe this is our life and this is our former. I agree with him. He is not a former president because he was never my president. He's never was legitimately elected. So I'm with him on that he's not a former president. He's just a man from Florida. He's a twice impeached, twice disgraced man from Florida.
Did Brian Williams say that it was seagull refuse that was in the seal?
Yes, that looked like a seagull to pick some stuff up.
Well, okay, that makes him a trash president.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How exciting is this? And I found my president t-shirt just in time. We toppled our Russian dictator. Now we're going to help them topple theirs. Nadia from Pussy Riot joins us now. Good morning, Nadia.
Hello. How are you doing?
Thanks so much for doing this. You are one of my sheroes, as I texted you. You are so brave, and thank you so much for taking time for us.
Of course. It means so much for us right now that you agreed to help us with exposure for this campaign.
I mean, Nadia, I saved this tweet for you. Someone named Marie here tweeted, people in Russia are rioting to get rid of a dictator. People in the U.S. are rioting to put one in. I mean, isn't it ironic what our two countries are going through, right? In some senses, we're both still fighting for democracy. But I mean, we feel like we got rid of our Russian dictator president. Now you have done your bravery, and Navalny, who you are fighting for, and your Masha, who is also your friend in Pussy Riot, is in prison in Russia right now. You've done a year hard labor prison, right?
Yeah, I spent almost 2 years in prison, 2 years without 2 months. We had to be released before the Olympic Games were coming up. It was 2014, so Putin could not have this bad image of the country. So basically, we spent 22 months in jail, and I spent 1 year in the worst condition ever. It was a prison where they forced us to work to sew police uniforms.
Wow. Wow. I seriously, your bravery, and Navalny and his wife, of course, it is extraordinary what's going on in Russia. They arrested 2,700 people. I don't know when that was.
I think it's actually up from there.
Yeah, up from
it's
that.
More.
Yeah.
I've heard about 4,000 people yesterday.
Wow. Oh.
Nadia, where do you and Navalny get that kind of courage? Because I think most Americans are not acquainted with the kind of courage you have and the kind of courage those people in the streets in Russia have.
Well, we are facing a serious enemy, and the stakes are high. Right now, Putin has been in power for 20 years, And we know that we're not going to have any bright future if we're not going to get rid of him. So I guess that's where we get the courage, because for a lot of people, they literally have nothing to lose, because a lot of those young kids who show up on the streets, they have not seen anything else but Vladimir Putin. So for everyone who is younger than 20, they feel desperate. They want something else. They want Russia to be a normal, progressive European country. We want to travel. We don't want people to be scared of Russians. We're not bad. Our government is terrible. That's true.
You know, actually, one of the times you're right. I am on a secret mission. Which I can tell you about. I'm going to Washington, D.C. right now, driving down through the snowscape of the Northeast United States to do a virtual town hall for Congresswoman Barbara Lee.
Oh, fantastic.
Cool.
The subject of which will be?
Oh, nothing special. Well, of course, the security of the United States.
Okay, just the security of the United States. Okay. Malcolm, did you happen to watch any of that extraordinary ceremony last night for Officer Sicknick?
I did. And as a matter of fact, if I'm lucky, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., I will go pay my respects as I'm filming in the Capitol itself. So, yes, it was wonderful, and it was great to see a president of the United States who truly respects the sacrifice of this man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Donald Trump has expressed virtually nothing that wasn't written by his staff. And, forget about him. Let's talk about how nice it is to have a president of the United States who really shows respect, and a first lady who feels the empathy towards those families.
Yeah. But, I thought of you, Malcolm, as someone who's obviously served his country, but as a terrorism expert, just the parallels, since I was in New York for 9/11. And I was saying about, the brave Americans that stopped a plane from hitting the Capitol on 9/11 from international terrorists. And, here, January 6th, we have these domestic terrorists that if it weren't for the bravery of patriots like Officer Sicknick and, the other officer, oh God, I'm blanking again on his name, Goodman, Officer Goodman, also we would have had Congress people and senators slaughtered at the Capitol, right? I mean, and this was an act of domestic terrorism, and we still, we still don't even know who set those bombs, right? We still don't know exactly how Officer Sicknick died. We still don't know who took the panic buttons out of some people's offices. I mean, there's a lot that still is to come out, isn't there, about January 6th?
There's an enormous amount due to come out, and Nancy Pelosi yesterday endorsed a national commission on January 6th for the January 6th attack, and that will be a top-to-bottom, all-of-government review of how this was allowed to happen. And I'm sorry to say, it was allowed to happen. The entire national security apparatus of the previous administration did nothing. They literally took, we have the memo now from the acting Secretary of Defense for the DC National Guard not to have access to body armor, equipment, or riot gear for that specific event. So this all needs to come out. And to be honest, people do need to go to jail for this.
They do. I mean, that's what we were just quoting someone, a legal expert, Malcolm, is saying, yes, you have to have the 9/11 style commission. Yes, you have to have impeachment. But a lot of this is going to end up is criminally prosecuted. You're absolutely right. I mean, this is seditious conspiracy against the United States, isn't it?
Well, the hole in the story that I'm really, really fascinated with, and God forbid anyone bring me onto a commission to study it, because I'll put all resources at it.
Good morning, Steph. How are you?
I'm living mostly on your tweets these days, mostly on the hashtag Justice is Coming tweets, because this is what I was afraid of, is what Mitch McConnell was hoping on, that this will all just sort of calm down. We'll just sort of forget that 3 weeks ago, a violent insurrection against the United States of America, that I'm going to say now, the death count should be 7, right? Because 2 Capitol police officers have killed themselves over this in the wake of this. Talk to us about, I mean, you just basically, I read your tweet about the world is watching to see if the U.S. will prosecute those who tried to overthrow our government. How is this even a question?
I looked over.
Yeah, Steph, it's an ongoing crime, and that is what infuriates me. It really does. And I'm not quick to anger generally. You know, I worked murder cases for 22 years. I never got mad at the killers. They were doing what they did. I did what I did to try to hold them accountable. But, you know, Donald Trump is golfing in Florida, and he's playing his revenge against, among others, Republicans. And let's face it, he's about to announce a parallel presidency. I am the true president, and I'll be running the White House in the South, in Florida. This is an ongoing attempt to overthrow the government. This is an ongoing insurrection. It's an ongoing seditious conspiracy. And we're sitting here doing nothing. You know, Steph, there are 3 ways to arrest somebody. One is what we call a probable cause arrest. When we see the fleeing felon running away from the bank with the big bag of cartoon money, you arrest him. That's a probable cause arrest. The second way to do it is the robber has now gotten away with the money and is sitting in his house counting his take. We go into a judge's chambers and we swear out an affidavit in support of an arrest warrant. So that might take an hour, a day, a week, but it's a way to promptly arrest the bank robber. The third way is apparently what we have settled into. It is a long-term grand jury investigation that, Steph, take it from me, can last months or years. And at the end of it, when you've got all the evidence, you ask the grand jury to indict. Once a grand jury indicts, then a judge issues a bench warrant to lock the person up to answer the charges of indictment. That is when there's no public safety issue at risk. Right now, Donald Trump should be arrested on an arrest warrant issued by a judge, and we should put a stop to his ongoing crime spree.
Yeah, that is so interesting you say that, because obviously, you know, Nancy Pelosi basically yesterday said the enemy is within. You know, obviously this is on a congressional level. But, you know, obviously that's what we've been saying is this is not just expulsion from Congress or impeachment. You're right. I mean, this is what I've been waiting to talk to you about. Is this is criminal. And you seem hopeful. You said as Trump golfs in Florida, the only question is when, not if he'll be criminally charged for these crimes, because #justice matters. Justice is coming. And you said when someone poses a danger to the community, we don't do a long, leisurely grand jury investigation while the person endangers the public. We promptly apply for an arrest warrant. Trump has been and continues to be a danger. And he should be arrested, as you just said, arrested. I mean, it's not just Homeland Security, Glenn. It's one disturbing story after another, whether it's Hakeem Jeffries and his family, whether it's AOC, I have a really horrible, ominous feeling, don't you? And that is that you're saying clear and present danger. That's what that means. The Viking guy will not eat in jail because he can't get organic food.
Yeah.
Fill in your own snowflake liberal. Fill in your own liberal joke there.
Mm-hmm. The only reason I don't storm federal buildings is because the gluten-free options in prison are atrocious.
Did I seriously? So these are our liberal justices. So I think a judge ruled they have to feed them organic food. Huh? Did I read that? I think a judge ruled. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so right, the rioter in the Viking helmet that would not eat organic food.
Yeah, and his mother, whom he lives with.
Who storms the Capitol with their mother? The guy with the zip ties stormed the Capitol with his mother. Is there a bigger group of losers on the earth?
But his mother called him a patriot and a very gentle person. Yeah.
Yes. The QAnon supporter's mom, Martha, was quoted as saying he gets very sick if he doesn't eat organic food. He needs to eat. I have an idea, Martha. How about raising your son not to be a terrorist lunatic, to be a domestic terrorist? And then maybe the food might be secondary to what? Okay. I can't. We've been called liberal snowflakes. Yeah. They've made fun of us
All the Whole Foods jokes for how many years, really?
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. F his dietary restrictions, you know.
Oh my God, it's our first round of the Nerd Off. Travis is wearing his Captain America shirt today, so I forgot you want to be Batman and Travis is Captain America. Whatever, nerds.
Yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm wearing? I'm wearing my scary cold pants. We never see these things in the age of Zoom.
You're you're Mr. Freeze because Becky's.
Yeah. Well, you want to see these are my scary like winter.
Oh, those are hot.
I'm wearing, yeah,
those
really
hot. Drop them all.
You need a utility belt to hold them up.
That's right.
Okay,
when it's like Fargo outside, these are the pants that I wear. It's like I should be scraping serial numbers off of things with Jerry Lundegaard wearing these pants.
My friend Glenn in New York sent me the picture of Jack Nicholson, frozen, half frozen to death. What's that from?
The Shining.
The Shining.
Like, so cold. Okay. You dropped those trowel again. Those are hot. Those are like lumberjack pants, Bob. Well, his thing says Dick Pinch, like literally on the screen right down in front of me. It says
my
Dick
Zoom
Pinch.
name.
Yeah.
And also apparently my name on all over social media. Everyone calls me Dick Pinch now. I'm so proud.
Bill O'Reilly hasn't been on TV for so long, and this is still funny.
Dick Pinch, Clear Lake, Iowa.
Okay, Bill was so easily punked. Like everyone that wrote letters.
Yeah.
Right. Jack Mayhofer writes from.
Jack Mayhofer, Springfield, Massachusetts.
And he does it with such gusto, doesn't he? Jack Mayhofer. Hi.
And
Bill O'Reilly, Jack Mayhofer.
All of us in radio are so equally immature. We're like, it's all Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Bob, I don't even know where to start with. There's a new video from Marjorie Taylor Greene. Did you see this in 2019? She told supporters to flood the Capitol. Feel free to use violence. And they're still just not sure what they should do about her. Yeah. Kevin McCarthy hasn't figured it out yet. Uh-oh, Bob, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, okay. I thought there was going to be a tape. I was waiting for the tape.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. No, I was asking just about this latest Marjorie Taylor Greene tape.
I actually thought about that too. I'm like, was I supposed to play something?
I was looking at Chris, and Chris is like, he's looking down at the buttons.
Yeah, like.
Everything's fine technically. We're all just staring into middle space.
Right.
Yeah. I think the scariest thing about Marjorie Taylor Greene is that voters actually elected her. I heard someone talking about that on cable news yesterday. I was like, yeah, that's actually true. How could that be even possible? And that's, to me, completely underscores the idea that what we have been observing, and I think there needs to be studies done about this. There certainly needs to be a commission about how 75 or 74 million Americans were once again deceived in a massive con. I mean, we're talking about a mass delusion. People who worship this guy, Donald Trump, who we've all considered to be a cartoon character for so many years. Now, not only were they giving him millions of dollars that he did not use for the Stop the Steal thing. I mean, $145 million, I think, were donated, 175, somewhere in that range. Yeah. And not only did they give them this ridiculous Stop the Steal thing all their money, but so many of them are now going to be going to prison for 20 years, possibly, for this insurrection, all because of Donald Trump, the guy who stood up at the Emmys in overalls and sang the Green Acres theme.
Hi. No. Please, let's just make this Stephanie's morning of squash recipes.
Kabocha. Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh okay. God.
Rude. Here's my point. I know what you're going to say about this. So these are the 10 GOP senators. Obviously Biden's plan, 1.9 trillion. So it has received Republican opposition, which is so shocking to you. I know. And now 10 Republican senators and what do you call it? Susan Collins, very concerned that perhaps this might not be bipartisan. They requested a meeting with Biden to discuss so there's this 160 billion, which is
Well, it's actually
How is that a compromise? First of all,
it's actually 600 billion. Their whole plan is 600 billion. It's still just less than a third.
Yes,
But it's I mean, you know, I want Biden. I really want Biden just to take the plan, stick it down the back of his pants, wipe his ass with it, and hand it back to them and say, meeting over.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Yeah, this is Tommy Vitor from PodSave said, frustrating to watch Sunday show segments about the impending surge of COVID cases and how much states need relief, followed by pearl clutching about bipartisanship. No one cares that the legislative process makes Susan Collins sad. They want a vaccine. They need to pay rent. Period. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, if Joe Manchin and Kristen Sinema really want power, imagine how much power they'd have if there was no filibuster.
Right.
Right.
I mean, it would all come down to what they want to get to that 50 votes. The other thing that it could do is force some of those moderates to say, okay, I don't want to be caught not supporting this.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, you know, there's every political reason to get rid of the filibuster instead of, you know, listening to Mitch McConnell lie about the great tradition of the filibuster that only goes back to 1975.
Yeah, I say, you know, do this through budget reconciliation. Get, you know, obviously that's job one is COVID relief. And then can the filibuster. By the way, could we pause to say Travis told me to switch my iPad around so that you can't see the mic anymore. Did you get a screenshot where you can make a D joke about me later? Did you get a?
I haven't seen anybody go to that kind of effort.
Well, they lost their chance.
Opportunity because now so you can't see the giant phallic microphone in my face.
It's forever etched in my memory, you know. So you know, because it reminded me of my nights with you.
Oh God, that was back when I was drinking. Pundit stayed with me.
Yeah,
it could have happened. Okay.
Nights of raw fish.
Yes, I took him out for sushi. That was his
The angel's labia.
An angel's labia. Now, and by the way, since we solved a lot of the technical problems over the weekend, guess what I did? I dropped my iPad face down. So you all look like you have spider veins across your faces, but it's fine.
Oh, that's from the drinking. That's
really,
that's.
Oh, those are there? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, and by the way, just to get another kick in the groin up here, we're in a blizzard. So a pandemic blizzard.
I know. Oh my God. Yeah, you're gonna have to quarantine.
Safe.
That'll be a new experience for you. You're gonna have to hunker down, stay home. Yikes.
Oh yeah. No, I luckily I bought extra whiskey for the event.
Yeah.
So yes, my day is set.
Okay, so I don't know where we start with. I guess Marjorie Taylor Greene. We'll start with that. She said, "I won't back down. I won't apologize." Yeah. And you said you deleted Facebook posts where you said insane S. That's backing down. So you're a liar too. And by the way, and then you retweeted, almost no Republicans have condemned the words and actions of Marjorie Taylor Greene.